I'm Andre Van Wyck, a family physician in Fort Family Practice in Langley, and I also act as a peer facilitator for the PSP program. The confidence building through these PSP modules are what gives some of us courage to entertain going where we haven't gone before.
Your personal GP said that around mental health. She said, I realized this whole thing requires a shift in my thinking, and I totally am viewing all the time I spend with my patients completely different than I used to, and that was the change she needed.
That's huge success if you can achieve that.
Well, I think as PSP, I think that's, we're kind of, we're in the business of change.
That culture of change and learning and working as a team as opposed to as solo individuals is huge. We've gone from a world where an individual comes to see an individual and hopefully they can sort things out. And that clearly hasn't worked all the time. To a scenario where we have a team working with a patient and their team and being stronger and healthier together.
We are interacting with the various GPs and working with them, identifying what challenges they might have, what barriers they are, so we can take that information back to Andre and let him know what people might be struggling with.
The real world reality and the theory are often different, and so we have to iterate the process and sort of brainstorm how to practically do these things in real GP time.
Asking a lot of good questions, helping them problem solve, and how they can work with their team as well, highlighting the role of the MOA and different strategies that they can use on workflow.
How is it working for you? What are your barriers? Where do you see yourself in a month's time? Where do you see yourself in a year's time?
We might try to elicit through open-ended questions or almost motivational interviewing techniques, like what do you think would work, or how could you do this differently, and then we'll offer them the experiences of their peers. Well, I was just working with a GP and he found that this was really useful. Do you think that could work for you?
I think if I had to compare my practice now with even 3 years ago, it's a sea change. I wouldn't have ventured into the unknown ocean of anxiety prior to this module. The idea of intervening with a young child with maybe anxiety going to school, preventing mental health problems later in life is I think very important. And I think that's where the real value of these modules will be over time in terms of shifting the burden in society of mental health. But very often parents who, when their child is meaningfully engaged in making progress with an issue that's usually been going on for many years, and then they're making progress, they're just delighted. And you sort of get the feeling that you're affecting the whole family unit. It's the surprise that catches people, that they think that maybe this one will never change. This is my lot in life, and suddenly there's a ray of sunshine and there's hope.
I was with Andre kind of from the beginning of the journey, so watching him's been great from the beginning to I'm not really confident with this stuff to he's had these great successes and he's built his confidence, and that's amazing.